Hello and welcome back to some more 0K Mayhem. So yeah, as we can see, it's just going to be a 1 versus 1. It's a live game. We're just watching a couple of players play because that's what was happening at the moment. For I was have a quick look. Been a while since I played this game, and yes, let's see what changes time has wrought upon this game. So anyway, at the bottom right we've got Cicero, we've got old Spider Nyans, and at the top left we've got Sakal with shield bots. So we go, nothing too unexpected there, so yes, I told him I'm casting, that shouldn't be that difficult to understand, but whatever. Anyway, let's have a look at what we're going for. So, very quick Weaver. Actually, did they? Yeah, they did get a few quick fleas out, so they're going to notice right away, of course, that oh, they're going to notice that's the, what's his name again? Sakal has gone for shield bots, but Sakal also knows that Cicero has gone for spiders. I guess he spotted that flea. He's actually not even bothering to do much scouting. Perhaps just as well, really, because yeah, we do have the venom, very quick venom coming out. No other riot units just yet. Just the Weaver, a couple more fleas. So yeah, just looking to set up by the looks of things. And yeah, at the same time, we've got a wall being created by Sakal. Nothing too unexpected there, but they still do have the, well, not really cliffs, hills, I guess. They're still accessible. Hell, they're even still accessible by bots, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. Yep, there's a few purplish bits here and there, but even these bits here still can still go up for a few little gaps here and there. So yes, let alone spiders, which can go everywhere. So there we go. Not sure what the hell's up with the differing effects there, but I don't know. Whatever. Kind of annoying. That's what can you do. We might look into that at a later point. For the time being, we'll watch these bandits just massacre the crap out of these fleas and try to avoid the venom. Doing a good job of it, actually, managing to get some parting shots there. Very nicely done indeed. It's kind of ridiculous how short range these things are, but there you go. I mean, really, let's just compare their ranges while we're at it. So bandit versus the venom. Let's see. 240 versus 245. Wow, so the bandit actually outranges the freaking unit that's meant to counter it. Incredible. 245 to 240. Wow, that's kind of ridiculous. What about the... oh no, that's another venom. They probably should be bringing out some redbacks. Let's have a look at their stats. Which are... oh, these ones, right, yes. Okay, that's 300, that's better. Still, I mean, it is a bit ridiculous. I mean, these are still meant to be riots, even if they are armed with the lightning gun. Now, well, what can you do? Let's just have a look, actually. So... yeah, both players not doing too bad, so 11 and 10.5, 10.4, so neck and neck. This battle here is going to be quite decisive for Cicero, especially if he can actually get to reclaiming this. Let's have a look. 120, it's not much, but given how low the actual incomes are at the moment, it definitely could make a bit of a difference, but on behold, we have a counterattack by Sakal. It's possible that this attack here might have just been a diversion, or he might just be trying to yeah, just go for the attack anyway, seeing as he knows that the spiders are out of position for Cicero. Although if he's not quick enough, though, his window will close, and unfortunately he's not particularly quick enough. Manages to take out the fleas. Going to be losing all the bandits as a result, though, so 5 compared to the fleas, which are much cheaper if I can find one. They're very cheap in the case, yes. Yeah, 20, so yeah. Things looking pretty favourable for Cicero. He does still have to be careful, though. He doesn't want to lose his command or anything like that, and we do finally have switched to a few more skirmishing units, good old rogues for Sakal there, so should be a pretty good counter for spiders, at least until they bring up their own skirmish units, but that might not be for a while. We shall see though, but yeah, it looks like for the time being, Sakal is going to be changing over to yeah, mostly just rogue / bandit composition. Not a bad composition actually, I don't have to go for shield bolt as soon as possible. The rogues themselves are pretty potent to say the least, and they can actually fire over terrain, which is pretty nice too, very nice indeed. Unfortunately, it's not quite working out for them actually, but if there's one thing that can be said in the defense of Sakal, his reclaim that he's leaving behind is not being salvaged at all by Cicero. So might still have a chance there, but if he keeps throwing his units into the grinder, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm amazed actually that his rogues even got into the position where actually getting targeted by freaking Venoms of all things, but there you go, what can you do? You have to be a little bit more careful, to say the least. But it does look like as if Cicero's counterattack is running out of steam. He kind of would want to retreat his units as quickly as possible and try to avoid the rockets at the same time. So, yeah, things evening up a little bit for both teams, establishing a bit of a front line on Barren. This is normally the front line that you see, with the midpoints being very heavily contested. And it looks like we're probably going to be getting something really similar here, but at the same time though, if we do have a look at the respective incomes, it looks like Cicero's up to 16 already, and 13 for Sakal. So Sakal's starting to fall behind, but he is making a bit of a concerted counterattack of his own, taking out one mech. If he can take out the radar, that would be absolutely great. Given how slow spiders are, they need all the freaking radar coverage they can get, so they can actually maneuver into position to ambush their prey, and if they can take out the radar, then they'll be pretty freaking far ahead. I don't think they... Actually, no, never mind. They actually do have their own radar right here. They can actually see that. So they should be aware that there's radar here. If they can just take it out there, that would give them a massive advantage. As temporary as it might be, actually. Although if they're not careful, actually, those Venoms might just get the drop on them, which would be kind of amusing. And we actually do have Reclusus coming out for Cicero as well, so... Yes, it's... still in one's game at this point, but yes, Cicero does have a slight advantage, especially if they actually can reclaim all of this. But at the same time, Sakal can actually reclaim all of this instead, or at least part of the reclaim field, then yeah, the economic advantage could definitely go towards him. Or blowing up the opponent's armies with a massive barrage of rockets, that can work as well, actually, to say the least. So have to be careful, though, again, getting way too close to these freaking Venoms. Clumping up nicely as well for the rather inaccurate rockets of the Recluse as well. Very nicely done indeed. Actually, given how the train is actually getting deformed rather readily. Wow, I'm surprised. Wow, okay. So literally that crater is created from just one single rocket from the rogues. That is ridiculous. So the train is going to get pretty rough for them pretty quickly by the looks of things if they keep going with that. One has to wonder if maybe they would have been better off going with the shield ball a bit earlier. At least the train would have been a little bit more hospitable rather than pockmarked like this. That's definitely going to help the spiders a little bit more actually and slow down the bots a bit more. And if it gets too bad, then it actually might block the movement of the bots a bit, but we shall see what happens. For the time being though, I don't mind that we actually did reclaim, I think. Pretty sure there was wreckage here. Was this the wreckage that I'm thinking of? Yeah, actually, yeah, that was the wreckage. So they haven't actually reclaimed yet. Haven't reclaimed that yet. So definitely one thing that Cicero could be doing a bit better is actually reclaiming things a bit. I can understand that they want to focus on the battle a little bit more closely. They're doing pretty damn well in that regard, actually. Definitely getting the drop on their opponents. But at the same time, though, reclaiming, that is very, very important in this game. Let's have a look at the total amount of reclaim on this map, actually. So, yeah, 1,047. I mean, really, you could afford so many units with that, actually. Let's have a quick look. Not quite a crave, but they can afford several other lesser units. Or just over half of a crave, actually. So, not too shabby. Definitely nothing to sneeze at. That's for sure. Or they can get a few more recluses for taking care of these rogues, for example. Still, overall, though, nicely played by Sakal. One thing that's... by Cicero, sorry. One thing that Sakal could do, actually, is... wait, I was actually saying GG already. Wait a minute. Cicero said GG and... What? But he was doing well, though. Okay, then. That was weird, but... There you go, Sakal actually won. Anyway, I was about to say one thing Sakal could have done was done a bit more raiding with bandits. There are a few vulnerable points here and there, but he didn't feel like doing that. And Cicero, for some reason, decided to surrender. That was unexpected. I mean, he got Big Purple Heart and all that, but... Ah, no, Sakal, sorry, got Big Purple Heart. Cicero complete. Nah, I shouldn't be a wizard. Yeah, he had no reason to surrender. I don't know what was going through his mind there, but there you go. Stranger things have happened. See you next time.